Saturday, June 27th was a perfect day for the trail ride for Epilepsy, held at the Gapview Ranch 8 miles north of Forget, hosted by Jim and Pam Randall. The day started with registration at 8 a.m. as everyone rolled in and started to get the day underway. Volunteers were up bright and early that morning, getting ready for the day as well. Representatives from Epilepsy Canada were on hand, including Gary Collins, who joins Jim Randall, and they explain why this day was organized.
My wife Pam and I decided to put on a trail ride, and a family member has epilepsy, and we thought, what better of a cause, and raise some money for research and that, because we know that it's a terrible thing to have and live with, and if they found a cure and we were part of that, that'd just make us feel great.
As the executive director, 4 years ago, we started a campaign to reach out to Canadians. Our campaign was called Breaking the Silence. For most epileptics, they remain quiet and silent about their disorder, and that was actually my case. When I was 30 years old, I was diagnosed late in my life with epilepsy, and I didn't tell anyone for 25 years, and then I decided that it was foolish. And I looked around at the other charities and saw that people were telling their story, so we reached out and asked Canadians to tell their story. And but last year we had a couple of remarkable stories, and Jim and Pam were really touched by a story that they read last year in one of our communications, and asked us what they could do to help. Our sole mandate at Epilepsy Canada is to raise money for research, and through people like Jim and Pam, allows us to go to the community, and they build their programs, they build charity events, and this is a wonderful event to be a part of. So we're happy to be here as part of Epilepsy Canada to join Jim and Pam in this wonderful, wonderful day.
Phil Newsom also traveled from Toronto to spend the day in the hills, and he explains his role in the trail ride for epilepsy.
Hi, my name is Philip Newsom. I'm the president of Telescope Marketing, and what I do is work with Epilepsy Canada, take care of their communications for fundraising events and that type of thing, work with their website and so on. I'm involved, and I'm so glad to be here today because Pam and Jim Randall approached Epilepsy Canada about 6-7 months ago. I guess it was before Christmas. I sat down with them along with Gary Collins, the executive director of Epilepsy Canada, and they mentioned this idea to us. We'd like to do a trail ride to raise funds for Epilepsy Canada. And it had been initiated because last year Gary and I did an event with a young fellow, his mother, the mother of the late Donovan Charline, who was a 14-year-old who died from severe epilepsy just 6 months prior. So we did a little event for him. We did a video about it, put it on YouTube. I think Jim saw it and was quite touched by it and said, I have to do something as well. So what we've got here today is the end result of that, and we're also excited about being it. My whole role in this was just trying to help Jim and Pam communicate it. So I helped do the branding and put it on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, and we've tried to build some excitement about it, but they put together what looks like here like an amazing event. Before we came out here yesterday, I had no idea how big this was getting, so it's really exciting.
With registration in the books and the horses saddled, it was time to get the trail ride underway. Over 85 riders headed east out of the Gapview Ranch for an 11.5-mile trail ride. Riders will enjoy a lunch along the trail before returning to the Gapview Ranch. A silent auction was held throughout the day to raise money for Epilepsy Canada as well. Jim and Pam are so thankful for the support they got from all the businesses around the southeast. They're hoping to make this an annual event, and what a perfect location for a trail ride on a nice sunny day, 8 miles north of Forget at the Gapview Ranch, all in support of Epilepsy Canada.